doing tough. Sweating through the days, ain't no broken plan. Talking with the folks from this thirsty land.
Jake, do you smell that? Do you hear that?
Oh, I for sure hear it.
Kind of hears like crackling, well, little pops, maybe some small explosions.
Must be a bearing out on the baler.
Well, it smells like a little like gun smoke, black powder. Most importantly, it smells like freedom.
Oh, that does smell it.
Hey, we're coming up on the 4th of July, and happy birthday, America, 250 years strong.
Happy birthday.
Land of the free, home of the brave, and we're here on the Farmer Tan podcast, enjoying the freedoms of this nation. And speaking of Farmer Tans, how's yours coming along, Jake?
Mine is actually not all that fantastic. I mean, it kind of is. I'm pulling my sleeve up so you can all see. Yeah, I mean, it's all right. It's not as good as it used to be.
So speaking of Farmer Tans, we support the Second Amendment, the right to bear arms, but we prefer to keep ours only 3/4 exposed.
Yeah, although on this happy birthday 250-year anniversary America edition, like we might cut our sleeves out of our shirts for this one.
We might bear arms.
We might be already.
It might not be pretty, but we might do it.
I mean, we're not on video, so we might be. You may not know.
Nope, I got a pretty fierce one going on, but I did notice, Jake wears double shirts, which I still don't understand. So his is a very clean, defined line. I wear pearl snaps, and sometimes you wear those a year, and it gets pretty thin. So I'll actually end up getting kind of a body tan.
Oh, yeah.
Except where the material's doubled up and like the top of the back, there's kind of a double layer from the top of your shoulders.
Oh, yeah.
It goes to a point between your shoulders.
So like you have the yoke tan line off?
Yeah. So I got a pretty pale spot top of my back that comes to a point down there. And then on my pecs, I've got rectangles of pale skin from the pockets.
Easy. Family show.
Yeah, that's the proper scientific term. Just abbreviated.
What I am figuring out is I don't have any pecs, and but I always wear the mesh trucker hat style.
Oh yeah,
I have lost enough hair that I am starting to get the tan on the top of the head, but the tan line where the seam of the hat is.
Yes.
So.
Yeah,
that's fun.
We know the migration patterns of a lot of animals like whales and caribou and stuff, but can someone explain the migration of the hair from the top of your head to the top of your back and in your ears?
Mm-hmm.
Except migration is the wrong term because it never comes back.
No.
That's just a one-way ticket.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it just.
Yeah, I have the same thing. Like the aeration in the hat tans the top of your head, and then the sweatband is nice and pale.
Yeah, right.
It's a bummer. You're just like, man, why does my head itch so bad? It's because, well, you got a sunburn.
Yeah,
on the receding hairline.
That's right. I've actually got, and I'm showing everybody in Radio Land again. I sort of, because of the way it is, I sort of have just a permanent farmer tan.
Yeah,
and so from 7th grade until about 5 or 6 years ago, I was always cut the sleeves out of the t-shirt guy.
Yeah, I was too.
Forever.
Yep.
And then at some point, and don't take offense to this if you're not to that point in your life, but I decided I was old enough, like I'm an old enough gentleman now, I probably just need to leave the sleeves in my shirt. So I don't have that redneck tan line that I used to have. But yeah, I still got the t-shirt farmer tan. But what I'm starting to notice, I get pretty defined is I always wear sunglasses.
Oh, yeah.
And I always wear aviators.
Okay.
And so I get the line down the side. And then if you see me in a picture later in the summer without sunglasses, like around my eyes.
Coon eyes.
I do.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy. But
yeah, I was the same way. I did cutoffs growing up and I always thought, like, who wants to button up shirts and tuck them in? I don't get why dad does that. I'm just going to stick with t-shirts and cutoffs. Then I got an internship crop scouting, and I'm like, boy, corn leaves sure kind of can be hard on the upper arms.
Razor blades.
And then one of them said, well, we kind of prefer collared shirts. They'd give a couple polos, but polos seemed kind of hot. So that's when I decided to try it. I'm like, man, this aerates a lot better having kind of the snap up in the front. So
yeah,
from then on, it was all pearl snaps.
I'm going to be honest with you. I like a pearl snap. I mean, I love a pearl snap, but I almost like polo shirts better.
Well, you're a double shirt guy, so you lose the benefit of a pearl snap.
Well, that's true. And also, most of the polos, like if you're getting the Nike dry fits or whatever, you can put them in the wash, put them in the dryer, get them out of the dryer a day or two later, or out of the clothes basket a day or two later, give them a shake and a pop, and they're fine, and you can put them on. If you do that with some pearl snaps, it looks like you slept in it.
Yeah, it's all about the brand.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
probably is. It
Yeah.
probably is. So that is a little bit is more just laziness on laundry for me, but
I'm one of those that got freckles. So wearing cutoffs growing up, I still have really dense spot of freckles on top of my shoulders from all the years of cutoffs. So
Yeah.
the evidence still exists of those days. That'll stick with me for a while.
mm-hmm.
So anyway, what's been going on farm and ranch and feed store update since the last time we talked?
Yeah, so I was trying to think. That's a good question. We are on our first pass of grazing oats and barley. So I think we got one more patch we're going to hit some regrowth on, and that should be good. And then I think we got a patch that we're going to cut for hay, probably. So that's where that's at. We do have one patch of cane up and growing, so that's all going well. We got first cutting alfalfa down and back up since the last one. Got the rye hay down and back up since the last one, so that was good. Baler threw a fit.
I was going to say, I never heard how that story ended.
Yeah, so baling away on the rye, had 2/3 of it done, maybe. About 5 o'clock one evening, I thought, I think I'm probably going to get this finished tonight, and then I'll get the alfalfa tomorrow morning, and life will be good. And then the baler swallowed one of its belts, broke a splice, I guess. I don't know exactly what happened first. Instead of spitting it out the back or out the top or whatever it decided to do, it dropped it down and wrapped it around the rubber drive roller, the bottom one, and it flipped a hooey in the belt that came apart, and it grabbed a belt next to it that hadn't come apart yet, and it pulled it apart as well. And so we ended up with two belts side by side wrapped up in the bottom drive roller. It'll be fixable. I mean, it's not catastrophic by any means, but it was going to take more time than I was willing to, risk at the moment because they were talking that big rain.
Yeah.
So we had like a 90% chance of an inch or two. Turns out it didn't happen.
No.
Which is okay because some of the folks that are probably listening to this that probably got that. A lot of flood, a lot of hail, a lot of washing. So, but anyway, that was supposed to be like the night of, like not tonight, but tomorrow night type of thing.
Yeah.
So I called Leighton, one of my guys that works for me. I'm like, hey, what are you doing tomorrow? And he's like, I don't know. What am I doing tomorrow? I was like, are you busy at work? He's like, am I? I was like, well, I didn't know if it was a busy day at the store or whatever. And he's like, no, I think it's kind of light, actually. I'm like, great. I'm going to give you the day off, but you got to come bale hay for me. So he brought his tractor and baler over, and he got the rest of it whipped out, and it was good. Me and the boys went and piled hay then, and we got it all stacked at the end of the field, and life was good. Rye did well enough. We were pretty happy with it. Hay was off, which we knew it was going to be. I'd like to be disappointed, but I kind of knew it was coming, so it is what it is. Got all that up and done. Yeah, cows are looking good. Feed store is clicking along, doing feed store stuff. Probably starting the process on maybe another feed delivery truck upgrade. Possibly discovery phase at the moment. So don't know what's going to happen there, but probably starting to look. So yeah.
No, on our side, farm wise, kind of getting the post spraying done. And probably made a pass with the pivots in there somewhere. It's just been pretty dry, and same rain chance you talked about. Was kind of hoping for that. That didn't come through, so that was running around firing everything up again. So it's been quite a bit of irrigation already for no more far along than the crops are. Then we chopped the triticale we grew, and we switched a pretty good sized pivot from soybeans to spring triticale, followed by soybeans for hay to kind of help people affected by the fire. A couple neighbors get them feed. Pretty disappointed in how that turned out. The spring version of triticale is nothing. I shouldn't say nothing. It yields a lot less than the fall. Guess that kind of makes sense, but just got, it's almost half the tonnage we were hoping for, just above half. So that is nothing we could have changed about it. It was just a tough spring. Probably just had our expectations too high, but we got that chopped anyways and put up, and the rain chance is coming. I wanted to get the beans in, but ahead of the rain, and that was the same day you were calling me. We were just finishing chopping, and Dad was kind of chasing us out of the field with the drill, and then I took over in the evening and went till 2 a.m. to make sure they got in, and waited on rain the next day that never did materialize. And that was like a 90%, 100% chance, 2 inches, long term,
And actually,
kind of rain.
we're still waiting on a meaningful rain.
Yeah. And it was kind of an active weather pattern all week.
Yeah.
And had we gotten everything that was forecasted, we'd be probably 5 inches of rain over 5 days. I don't know. Down by Dad's, we got less than an inch where most of the pasture and fields are. Up at our place, got a little bit more, a little above an inch through all that. So kind of disappointing.
Yeah.
With all the chances they were talking. But like you said, there was a lot of really severe weather mixed in. If you got the rain, you probably got hail.
Yeah.
And you probably got flooding. So
Yeah.
you're either burning up or you're hailed out and flooded out at this point. And that's kind of how these years go on drought. It takes a pretty nasty storm to break through that dry spell. So I don't know which way. Molly asked which way I'd rather have it, burning up or hailed out. And I don't know. That's tough to pick.
Yeah. It is. If you're not familiar specifically with the great state of Nebraska here, it used to be our state slogan or whatever was the good life, which I still believe is true.
Yeah.
But we've updated it to Nebraska. It's not for everyone.
Right.
And boy, ain't that the truth.
Yeah, it is.
It has been a year. 26 has not been a lot of fun for almost everybody in the state.
And we're like on a string of 5 years of
weird
things. And
yeah, whether you are in fire country for this year or drought or flood or hail or some of you are in all of those at the same time. I mean, it has been yuck.
And on the cattle side, clinging to pasture as much as we can. The rain chances are really kind of hoping they came through. And like we said, we did get a little shot. That'll help perk them up. I just don't see how in any situation it's not an early weaning year this year. I just do not think the grass is going to be there. It's just a matter of how early and can the cows make it to stocks, which I think is a pretty big if right now. I also noticed the calves just don't seem to be putting on the pounds or slicking up like normal. And I think part of that is they were just dry lotted another month later into the summer. I mean, we didn't turn out till June instead of May. And they just, I don't know, they still kind of look a little scruffy haired. And that was always something I've kind of been curious about. We're going to nerd out a little bit and see if you've even thought about this. But I always kind of wonder what the physiological trigger is for cattle to shed their hair. Because, springs are so up and down. It can't be temperature, as volatile as it is. And this year, kind of backed up one of my theories. I wonder if it isn't green grass that kind of triggers some of that. I don't know if you've spent any time thinking about this or not.
Yeah, my assumption would be too, there is probably a nutrient load in fresh growing grass that is probably triggering that.
That's what I was wondering.
I would assume that as well, to some degree anyway. I will say it is interesting that you say that. So we had a group of cows down, we call it the bottom. They were on, there's cool season grass down there, but it's mostly warm season, like stockpiled warm season, but then some cool season as well. They were shedded off beautiful when we brought them home compared to cows that were just grazing like dormant cane. But even after we switched to like the barley oats stuff, those cows that were originally not shedded out still are more scruffy than those other ones.
Okay.
So I don't exactly know, but
I've always been curious kind of when they decide to let that loose, but it does seem kicking them out to pasture. They sure shed off quick, and it might not be all of it. It's probably multiple factors, but
probably
just noticing the calves just don't look as sleek and putting on pounds like probably they usually do.
Yeah, I do know your dog will shed when you let him in the pickup truck is what determines that. So, but we don't let a lot of cows in the pickup. So not intentionally.
Yeah, I mean, at least it's calving season. You're trying to warm one up while you check the rest or something like that. But yeah, I don't know. But anyway, that's kind of the farm and ranch update.
Pretty much, yeah. It's just, I hate to say business as usual because it's not. This year's been so bizarre, but we could talk for a half an hour about things that are not terribly exciting.
Yeah, exactly.
Chopped some thistles and sprayed some thistles and did some fence. And, we did neighbor come over got another field of cane drilled, got it sprayed and fertilized actually before these little showers. So, I mean, it's kind of.
You guys did a June branding this year, so that was a little different.
That was a little different. Yeah. It actually went remarkably well.
It did. I mean, I was surprised how quick we were done.
Yeah. I guess that's what happens when you don't have to sort and haul.
Yeah, I suppose.
But yeah, so Jared come over and helped with that. And for as big as those cabs were, it actually went really super well.
Yeah, it did.
So
yeah, it did.
Yeah, but that was unusual.
So yeah, anyway, this episode, we decided we're going to have kind of quite a bit of 4th of July flavor.
Oh,
This is June 25th. So probably when it comes out, we're thinking it's going to be close.
Yeah,
so.
Close to the 4th of July.
So anyway, that kind of leads us into BSB. And you want to do Fits at Ag or?
I liked how you did it last time.
Okay. Yeah, I gave Jake a hard time and I stumbled over a couple words, so we'll see if it happens again. So BSB, as always, is brought to you by Fits at Ag, who is an
Works.
ag. What?
Works.
Fits at Ag works?
Yeah.
Well, I just forgot a word.
Yeah, you're all right. I'm sure Ben doesn't care.
It's a tough critic over here. Fits at Ag works.
AG1.
If it doesn't work, take it to Fits at Ag works.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Especially if it's ag leader. So spraying season, that's pretty important to have that pretty tuned in. So that's giving you fits, or if there's any other repairs on tractors and equipment you need going into the summer and fall, just see Ben over at Fits at Ag Works. And Jake, if it's broke,
fits it.
All right. So BSB, I think Jake has the topic this week. So let's see what kind of American flavor he's got.
Yeah. So
up here.
So this is going to be a two-parter, I think.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. The second part will depend how you go with the first part. All right. So they are related. And so I put a lot of time and effort into this. I'd appreciate if you took it more serious.
Yeah.
All right.
No chance of that.
So 4th of July coming up. If there's anything, going down and playing in the river, pickup trucks with loud exhaust, shooting guns. I mean, we're talking America.
Yeah.
And
exercising your freedoms to the max.
Oh, absolutely. Playing our music too loud. We're loud and brash and boastful in the Lord. And I mean, we're a loud, proud, rowdy crowd.
Oh yeah.
And one thing that we're going to do to celebrate the 4th of July is you're going to get together with friends, with family, and you're probably going to do some sort, maybe a pancake feed in the morning, or maybe a big cookout in the evening or something. But you're going to, at some point, you're getting together.
Oh yeah.
All right. So first part of BSB. Let's say, for the sake of this argument, that it is an evening style big old cookout.
Okay.
All right. Your BSB is appetizers,
Okay.
main course, dessert. No options in those, just the idea of those three things.
Okay. Can you give me examples of appetizers?
Appetizers would be things that whet your appetite before the main meal.
Okay. I didn't need the Webster definition there, smart guy. 4th of July style appetizers.
Yeah, so for the sake of this, maybe the pinwheel roll-up wraps.
All right.
Maybe you're doing the dill pickle, cream cheese, dried beef wrap.
Gotcha.
Little Smokies. I will count chips probably in this.
Okay.
Any of that kind of style of stuff.
So I'm going to buy main course, because that usually involves a grill.
Yeah, and it can be, and also if there's sides in that main course that you like, I'm counting that as well.
Yeah.
So, yep.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of 4th of July specific sides, but I don't know. There's kind of your standards.
Well, we got to, yeah.
Probably more chips and dip than normal.
We might dive into that here in a little bit.
Okay. So. All right. So I'm going to go main course. Man. Sell the appetizers. And I'm probably going to burn desserts to the ground.
Oh, no.
I don't have quite the sweet tooth I used to have. I do like capping off a meal with something a little bit.
Yeah.
I do not dive headlong into desserts anymore.
All right. That's understandable. Really, what I was trying to do is I had so very many qualifying questions. I knew it was going to...
I'm glad you're leading this, because if I sent this to you, we would be here all night.
Yeah, I knew it was going to irritate you, so I actually just split it into 2 BSBs, so then I only have to qualify like a certain part of it. All right. Buying main course, you're buying main course, selling appetizers, burning dessert to the ground.
Yep.
Okay. I am I am actually going to be very similar. I am also buying main course because, like you said, probably involves a smoker, a grill, some form of meat. Absolutely going that way. I am going to sell dessert. I can live without it, but I prefer it over appetizers only because, like, I mean, with a little bit of leniency, you can work some of the appetizers into the main course anyway.
I was going to say, usually the stuff you described is just on the plate with the main course.
Right, like deviled eggs. Is that an appetizer or is that what you eat on the way back to your chair? So people aren't
That's a fair, you don't have room in your plate, so you just slurp one of them down on your way
and
back.
people are like, oh, it took 4, huh? And you're like, yeah, because you didn't see the 3 I ate on the way back to my chair. And then burn an appetizer to the ground. I mean, I got nothing against appetizers.
Yeah. But. All right, let's go to part 2.
All right, so then part 2, being we both picked main course.
Oh, yeah.
Here's where we're going to go with that. You have cheeseburger.
Solid.
Now, this is homemade on the grill, whatever your version of the best grilled cheeseburger. It's a good one.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. We're going to say barbecue.
Ooh.
And I am going to not rope that into one thing specifically. So if that is pulled pork for you or ribs or brisket or whatever that may be, I am going to let that one be up to you. So we got burgers, we got barbecue. And then for the last one, I am going to, and this is where we were talking about this off air, although not specifically, where you have 2 that are very similar and then something that you're like, huh?
Yeah.
But I'm going to throw the sides in as the third one only because, and whatever that side, like maybe you really like baked beans, maybe you really like coleslaw, maybe you really like cornbread, or whatever that side that goes with the main course is, I'm going to throw that in there as one big collective group.
So in a perfect world, I would have my cheeseburger with pulled pork and coleslaw all in one bun.
I love everything about that.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Cozad, there's a Meridian Tap House. They have a burger with pulled pork on it. And, ooh, that is delightful.
Yeah, I don't hate that at all.
If they want to sponsor and pay in those burgers, I'd be all for it.
Yeah.
So, but since that's not the game, we got to choose here.
Well,
I gotta put the sides, burn those to the ground. I am somebody who can eat my fill of one thing and call that a meal. Actually, that's kind of how I usually roll. If I'm by myself, is just eat. If it's a casserole, I'll just eat whatever my fill of casserole is.
That's a bad example though, because a casserole is like every food group together in the same pan.
That's true. Let's use this example. If I had the option of a burger, fries, and a dessert, or 2 burgers, I would pick 2 burgers.
Yeah, I'm with you.
So that's why I'm going to burn those to the ground. The barbecue is tough. We're assuming all these are well executed, right?
To the best of your whatever your classification of that is really good is.
Okay, so we're going to buy barbecue and just sell the cheeseburger. You know, the only caveat I'll put to that is if I'm walking up to some place I don't know the grill skills behind it, I'm going to flip-flop those because there's less of a chance of messing up a cheeseburger than there is messing up barbecue.
That's fair.
So there's a pretty wide spread of good barbecue, average, and poor.
Yeah.
So, but if everything's to the brim, I'll definitely buy barbecue.
Yeah. All right. That's fair enough. I understand your point because I could do that on barbecue. I could just eat enough barbecue. In fact, I do at the Fireman's Ball here in Gothenburg when they do the barbecue before the street dance portion. It's just all barbecued meat of some sort.
Oh, sounds lovely.
It is. It really is. So I am going to start out absolutely buying barbecue and specifically ribs.
Really?
Yo, absolutely.
That would be my least.
No,
that'd be my last pick.
No, you're wrong. Absolutely going ribs. My best version of ribs. That's where it's at. I like ribs that had some sauce on them at one time and got cooked down so that they're sticky.
Yeah.
I don't like them dripping with sauce, but I also don't like just plain dry rub either. I like something that was on there, and man, it turned into a glaze that is sticky. I like that. And pork ribs, obviously, on that particular situation.
I'll pass on ribs, like I said.
That's where I'm at. Selling sides.
Okay.
If I had to pick a specific side, it may be different. If I'm lumping all sides together, I'm almost borderline buying sides, actually.
Oh, wow.
Like really good coleslaw or coleslaw. I said cold slaw, but you know what I mean.
I know what you meant.
Coleslaw.
It is better cold.
Slaw. Really good potato salad.
Yeah.
Like my one grandmother, her homemade potato salad. Fantastic. I like cornbread, like good cornbread.
Yeah.
Good baked beans. I mean, there's so many good sides. I'm all over that. And then actually I am burning the burger to the ground in this specific situation only because best burger ever still doesn't trump best barbecue ever.
Yeah.
And with good barbecue, I want good sides. And I can go have a burger some other time. So
okay.
I understand. And look, if we're at a barbecue together and burgers is the option, I'm okay with that.
Oh, yeah.
I am just picking like the least of my favorites, the least favorite of my favorites in this situation.
So I know kind of something you said sparked this question. Neither of us are well-traveled, so we're going to have to kind of use our imagination a little bit on this. The styles of barbecue, do you have a preference? So
Kansas City.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
So Kansas City is kind of more your sauce-based, more beef. And then there's the Carolina, it's like vinegar-based sauce and more pork. And then there's Texas style, it's more dry rub, beef-oriented. And then I don't know, there's probably another in between.
Like Nashville style.
Yeah, but that seems like kind of a blend. But those kind of seem like the three majors. If you had to rank those in order, which would you take?
I probably putting KC first, Texas second, Carolina third.
Yeah.
I like the vinegar base. I like the mustard base, which they also do some of that Carolina stuff.
Yeah.
But I would be hard pressed to put that above. Like I said, if I'm getting KC, I don't want it just so sauced up that it takes 87 napkins and a power washer. I don't like it that way. But true dry rub, that's it. Back to your borderline, did somebody do it exactly right? Like there's a lot of room for error in a true dry rub.
That's the hardest to execute.
Yeah. But, we took our honeymoon down to Texas. We started eating barbecue at like, I don't know, somewhere about halfway through Kansas and all the way down and all the way back again. And there is some phenomenal stuff. And look, this is going to be hard to admit out loud. And I don't want a bunch of grief, but if you're looking for reasons to get in the comments, you go to those barbecue joints and they have like a 3-meat of some sort.
Yeah.
I like sausage, like whatever their smoked sausage or spicy sausage is. So I'm almost always picking that if it's an option. I'm going to be right honest with you. If chicken or turkey is one of the options, I'm probably picking it too. I've had some that's really bad.
We need a road trip together because I feel like if we got a variety platter, we'd both be happy.
Yeah.
Because I would pass on the sausage, I would pass on the ribs, and I would probably put the poultry to the bottom level.
Now, don't get me wrong. I've had bad chicken and bad turkey, like it's dry or whatever,
Yeah.
But I've had some that is phenomenal.
No,
I mean,
agree.
so good. And I'm still probably putting ribs on top. Here is the caveat, right? Like, do we have any experience to where we're going? I like pulled pork and I like brisket, but it's not all created equal, and I do not like all of it.
Yeah,
the same.
Exactly.
So if I don't know where I'm going, those are the three I'm probably picking.
So I'm going to flip-flop KC and Texas. I do like the dry rub.
Really?
Especially when they keep the meat really moist with the dry rub. Yeah, I'll pick that. I mean, you can always add a little sauce if you want to, but
yeah, I agree.
Well executed. I think I'd do the Texas over KC. I do like the mustard style barbecue from the Carolinas, but vinegar's not my style, so I'd say that's the only thing I would change in the order. But man, I'm going to take all three.
All right,
for a lot of stuff.
So let's say the brisket's good.
Yeah.
And we decide
that's usually, by the way, I think a good brisket is a good sign for everything else.
Yeah.
I think if someone nails the brisket, there's a good chance everything else is going to be good.
So a brisket with a fantastic bark on it.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan.
Right.
Do you want it chopped or sliced?
Honestly, I think I'd like it chopped.
Really?
Better. Yeah.
See, I'm kind of the opposite on that.
It's something about that seam of fat through the middle. I'm just not a big fan of chewing on fat.
Yeah. Yeah, I can get that. Here's the two problems I run into sometimes with brisket, right? Is it either ends up tasting like a roast.
Yeah.
Or it ends up being super dry.
Exactly.
Now, if you can stay away from those two things, and there is some phenomenal brisket in the world for sure.
And I'm not passing judgment because anytime I've tried to make a brisket so far, it's been one of those two. So
right.
I'm still trying to get that nailed.
Well, okay. But here's the thing on that, right? Like brisket used to be so cheap. You could get it. You could try it.
True.
You could mess it up and not feel bad about it. Like brisket is so expensive now.
Yeah.
Really. Like
everybody's trying to do it.
Right? That you kind of need to know what you're doing or you're like, wow, I just wasted $70 cut of meat here because,
It's interesting. A lot of these cooking styles, barbecue being one, is all about taking the low quality cuts of meat.
Absolutely.
And turning it into something, because ribs are not.
Look, it used to be poor people food.
Right, exactly.
I don't mean that
Brisket,
in a derogatory.
Ribs, burnt ends.
Absolutely.
Yeah, none of those were high quality cuts of meat before barbecue became popular.
Look, I don't mean that in a derogatory way.
Yeah.
It was.
Exactly.
And dude, burnt hens though. I do like those too. That kind of rates up. Look, you get some good, like not somebody that just cubed up a roast and like, oh yeah, we made burnt ends, but like burnt ends that they done right on a big old slab of Texas toast that's all buttered up.
Oh yeah.
Maybe you put some coleslaw on top of that whole thing and eat that like a sandwich.
I can get behind that.
Pulled pork too. I like really good pulled pork. It is for me really easy to get burnt out fairly quick on pulled pork because it has become an option at so many different places, parties.
That's the
get-togethers.
The safe bet at a barbecue joint.
Yeah,
is pulled pork.
It is.
Yep. So as we mentioned before, kind of 4th of July flavor here.
Oh yeah.
So hey, that's good thinking. Maybe we would just kind of go reminisce growing up, both farming wise and kind of screwing around on the day of the 4th of July with fireworks. Kind of what your usual 4th of July looked like and maybe what it looks like now. Cause I mean, you've moved sides of the state, so mine's fairly consistent. I've stayed in the same part, but maybe kind of what your traditions were and what they are now.
Yeah. Yeah. That's interesting, right? I remember, all right. So yeah. For the longest time, my family did. That's part of the reason I said pancake feed. That was something that my grandparents on my mom's side did. And
okay.
so
when you first brought that up, I was like, well, that's not something I usually associate with 4th of July.
Right. And it probably isn't for a lot of people. But for whatever reason, my mom's side of the family started doing that. I don't even know when. Like, I always remember that happening. Everybody start showing up. Like, some people start showing up at 8. Maybe a little earlier from then until like 11. Like there'd just be people showing up, cooking pancakes, frying bacon, eggs. People were always bringing like cinnamon rolls or fruit salad or whatever. And yeah, it was just kind of it went on like all morning. Like sometimes it went on after that, depending what you had going on, And I mean, it wasn't just family, it was friends and neighbors and all sorts of people, right?
Huh.
And that was a lot of fun. Really enjoy that. And so then Fairbury at the time, they still have a big flea market, I believe. But it was one day, which was the 4th of July.
Okay.
And so you'd go to the flea market. Then I think they expanded it to 2 days. It was like, I don't know, whatever day the 4th fell on. I think maybe the 3rd and the 4th. Yeah, now I don't know. I think it's even bigger or longer or more spread out. I don't even know now. But it was as much of a social event. Like, so it was a huge flea market. I mean, it probably took up a couple acres.
Oh, wow.
And I mean, all sorts of stuff. And it was in the city park back home. And there was a lot of cool stuff you could find. But also, like, it was almost as much a social event. I mean, everybody was in there at some point. You'd run into all sorts of people and talk to them and stuff. And so, those were 2 ways that we definitely did it, as far as celebrating for, and then we'd go, fireworks show in the evening or whatever.
Yeah. And Fairbury have one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you got to go to town to watch that, or did you see it from place? Or?
No, We would usually go to town to watch
Yeah.
it. It was down at the ball fields, and so
Oh, okay.
you'd go down, take a blanket, and throw it on the ground, sit there, or lawn chairs, or whatever you wanted to do, and watch that. And yeah, it was good. So
It's kind of the pits that our founding fathers decided to declare Independence Day in the middle of summer, because waiting for it to get dark for a fireworks show to start as an adult,
yeah,
that's too late. Could we not done it in December? So, at 5 o'clock, we could watch some fireworks and go to bed.
go to bed. Yeah.
I'm ready to turn in before it even starts.
Yeah. I think Aaron would probably agree with that. Yeah. How about you guys?
Yeah. So growing up, when we were kids, it would start off on the fireworks side. We would usually get some of those parachutes the daytime. So we'd have our daytime fireworks, smoke bombs, parachutes, and firecrackers. So we do our parachutes, and there was always like shoot them off and see if you can run and catch them before they hit the ground.
Yep.
So that was always kind of fun. And then smoke bombs and firecrackers, we would go after fire ant hills.
Oh, yeah.
And I mean, I think there was islands in the Pacific that got bombarded less than some of these ant hills.
Right.
But you could never get rid of them.
No.
I tell you, we'd light smoke bombs and we'd turn them over into the whole of the ant hill, and then the smoke would come out and then you get purple ants, green ants coming out.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
You get them good and riled up, and then that's when you started hitting them with firecrackers, sticking the firecracker in the hole, blowing it, and seeing how kind of deep and how much you could decimate them. And wait until a few ants are crawling on the firecracker, and then light it and send them into oblivion.
Yeah.
Like I said, they're resilient. You never got rid of an ant pile that way.
No, they're not extinct, are they?
I mean, wow, we sure pounded them.
Yeah.
Like that. And then in the evenings, usually the night of the 4th of July, Gothenburg has one here.
Yep.
And my grandparents had a house right on Lake Helen, which should use that term loosely. I think Nebraskans call a lot of things lakes that other states would call ponds. So it's a pretty small recreational lake here in town. But they had a house right there, so it worked out.
Oh, yeah.
We go sit on the front lawn and watch the fireworks. And then either the day before or the day after, that's when we do our nighttime fireworks that we got. Us boys.
Right.
We were big into artillery shells.
Oh, yeah.
Usually put on a pretty decent show. And we had some neighbors that could see them from their place. So they usually would always kind of watch what we were, not that we had a lot, but, so that was always fun. And then kind of farming wise, in our area, that's kind of the marker for wheat harvest.
Yep.
So some years it'd be a little before, some years it'd be a little after, but that was kind of always when wheat harvest would happen. And of course, it'd just always be hot. And so maybe wheat harvest was going on. Pipe was usually already out. So there was setting gates. So you kind of do your fireworks, help set gates, maybe do some running around for wheat harvest. And then by the evening, wrap that up and go to Gothenburg and watch that. And
yeah,
that was kind of our 4th of July.
Yeah, it was kind of the same way back home a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, usually wheat harvest plus or minus 4th of July time. I do remember more than once cutting hay on the 4th of July.
Yeah.
We were usually working on second cutting alfalfa by then back there. Yeah, multiple times I remember doing that. Always irrigating. I mean, we were never not irrigating on the 4th, it seems like, unless you had a rainy spell, I guess. But yeah, we also did the fireworks. Dad would always, that was actually part of the fun. Usually sometime the week leading up to the 4th of July, which might have been the 1st or 2nd of July. We would go to town sometime in the evening after we were done milking. We'd go to Pizza Hut, and then we'd go to the fireworks stand and, buy a bunch of fireworks. And so that was fun. I kind of tried to do that with the boys. We go, to the fireworks stand or whatever and buy a bunch. And like you said, same thing. Black cats, smoke bombs, silver salutes, M70s because we don't get M80s or whatever, some of that kind of stuff. As we got older, artillery shells, that kind of stuff. And so we do that. We still do that with the boys. And a lot of times we'll come in here into town and we'll go to grandma's house and light them off. Yep. And, I will tell you that it probably was that way too back in the day, but like you could spend 2 months paycheck at the fireworks stand.
Yeah.
Like I've watched people do it.
I know.
And you're standing in line and like, don't get me wrong. We spend plenty. If you ask my wife, we spend too much.
Exactly. Yeah.
And it pales in comparison to the amount of money I see some people spend.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I mean, don't get me wrong, but like at some point I'm like, boy, And then on top of that, quality of the fireworks
It's
is
gone
not
down
nearly
dramatically.
as good.
That was something I was thinking about because we kind of get an allowance of $15, $20, and if we wanted to do more than that, that was out of our pocket.
Yep.
But like the thing that comes to mind the quickest is the tanks.
Oh, yeah.
We used to have like the tank wars. You light them up, they would scoot at each other, end with a firecracker, and you see whose tank gets blown up worse than the other.
Yeah.
Now the stupid things don't roll. They last half as long. And yeah, and maybe one firecracker doesn't even go off.
Right.
It's just, they're just junk now.
Mine is smoke bombs. Like,
oh, yeah.
Like the little round smoke bombs. They used to put out a pretty good amount of smoke.
It lasts a while.
Now they're not even worth buying.
No.
You got to buy like the Mammoth smokes or the great big smoke sticks. And I don't know. Are you a light, take the string apart, light one black cat at a time guy, or are you light the string guy?
It was always light one at a time.
Yeah.
Like we wanted to make it
last
for the day.
Yeah.
And we get some of those waterproof ones.
Oh, yeah.
Throw them in 5-gallon buckets.
Oh, yeah.
And then as you're talking, it reminded me, those pole string fireworks? You pull them and they snap.
Yep.
Our favorite thing to do is to get some of those and booby trap the shop for Dad. So whenever he went through the walk-through door or opened a cupboard or something, boom, they just go off. We think that's hilarious. I'm sure he really enjoyed it. So
Right. Yeah. That was always pretty fun.
That was always part of it, was setting some of those up for Dad to find.
I like artillery shells. They're fun.
Yeah.
And although now, so in Nebraska, bottle rockets are legal again.
Yeah.
And I actually kind of like those.
Yeah. That's something I didn't have a lot of experience because we were outlawed for so long.
Yep.
And I mean, we got a pretty dumbed down version of what's legal now, but it's still something.
They're still kind of fun.
Yeah. Cole got some last year and we let some off.
Yeah.
Some flew good. Some didn't fly at all.
You shoot them down the street.
Yeah.
But artillery shells, we'd get a pretty good jag of them. Well, then you had several tubes, and if you lined the fuses up right and you had somebody helping you, you could kind of time some stuff.
Exactly.
You could have
we do the same thing. Us three would try to light them at the same time.
Yeah. Pretty good thing going. We got into some one year that one tube was like, it was a different kind, brand or style or whatever. The tube was like slightly bigger than like the other artillery shell tubes. So when you went to drop one of those in, like, it doesn't go down the tube, which was not a big deal. But I dropped one of the smaller ones down the bigger tube.
Oh.
Yeah, it did not have the altitude one would desire for it to go off. Like, it was high enough that nothing bad happened, but not by much.
Yeah.
And so that was kind of disappointing. And then one year, the percussion from one tube knocked another one over.
Oh, wow.
And it had not went off yet.
Oh, boy.
And I had one of those moments where, like, I reached down, I grabbed the tube, and I stood it back up.
Oh, boy.
And then, poof, it went. But it was, like, aimed at the house.
Oh,
and I'm like, this is not how that's going to go down. So, yeah. And then, do you ever get the big brick ones? Like, maybe they shoot up in the air. It's like 100 shot. Like, they whistle and blow plastic pieces all over the yard.
Those are always a gamble because sometimes you'll get the biggest bang for your buck out of those.
Yep.
And sometimes they're just.
We had one year that, however it was packaged, it must have been a rough day after a 3-day weekend at the fireworks stand when they were building them. They started shooting them out the side.
Oh, no.
And I mean, we shot probably 8 or 10 of them into Grandma's garage, which was bad enough in and of itself, but also bad because there was a bunch of family sitting between that and the garage. But yeah, that got kind of out of hand. But anyway, so that's, I mean, but we did it like,
Yeah. So
we had a lot of fun.
I don't know that, you probably had the same thing. We didn't celebrate 4th of July like a lot of people did. Day on the lake, make a whole day.
Right.
And some people say it's their favorite holiday. For us, it was just kind of a side event.
Yep.
It was still a day of work, just with some more excitement mixed in the front and the back of it.
Growing up, it was that way.
Yep.
I have tried pretty hard as we have gotten, as our boys got a little older, to maybe make it a day a little bit. But it's still, it is what it is, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, there are things you still got to do.
Yep.
The store will be closed, but I mean, we might still be irrigating at home, or we might be working on hay, or we might be taking care of cows. I mean, there just is some stuff.
Yeah.
Used to go tractor pulling a lot too on the 4th of July.
Okay.
Gibbon had one. They've actually moved it later in the year and put it in the evening. It used to be at 1 o'clock on the 4th of July. And I mean, hot and miserable.
All 4th of July are.
It was, yeah. So I'm actually glad they moved that. So we don't really do that now on the 4th, but there's usually a rodeo somewhere.
True.
You know, we try to go to that.
Cowboy Christmas.
Yep.
So, yeah. Have you ever been to Seward?
No.
Seward's Nebraska's 4th of July city. They kind of pull out all the stops for their 4th of July celebration. Molly would go to it growing up. I've never been.
I've never been either.
So I can't really attest to it. But
as far as I know, they just determined that on their own. They're like, hey, we're the fireworks city. And people were like, are you? And they're like, yeah.
So, yeah, if you're a town, just find something to stake claim to, I guess.
Yeah.
Just find a holiday.
Yeah. But I do think they do a pretty good job.
Oh, I'm sure they do.
From what I hear.
Oh, yeah.
I've never been, but.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, we kind of alluded to last episode. We did a BSB about songs and, might do some top lists sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
And
that'd be good.
So we were thinking, why not do a top list of songs about America? So I think Jake compiled a list here, and we will.
I'm glad you asked.
We'll go through it. We'll critique it.
This is just off the cuff, by the way.
And I will say, I am kicking myself. Last episode, the songs about summer we're going through. That I didn't mention "Long Hot Summer Day" by the Turnpike Troubadours.
Right.
First song that got me into red dirt music. Still love it. Man, I'm kicking myself.
Couldn't think of it.
Just wanted to throw that out there, but. So hopefully that doesn't happen this episode. We did a little more thinking ahead of time.
Yeah. Oh, you're going to like this.
All right, let's hear it.
All right. This is Jake and the 308's top 5 country songs about America.
Oh, yeah.
Number 10 is
number 10.
Well, hey, I got 5 honorable mentions that they're worth bearing, right?
Okay, all right.
In no particular order, but I wanted to make sure they got included because somebody was going to write and be like, "Oh, you didn't say my favorite song," and I'm like, "Okay, fine." So. Independence Day by Martina McBride.
That's a good one. I had that in my head.
Yeah, it's not.
That's a lot wrapped into one song.
Yeah, it's really not about the 4th of July. I think it's actually about domestic violence.
It is, and kind of escaping it, all of that, and it just happened at the same time. But man, I mean, once you grow up, you just realize all that's woven into that song.
Right. And Martina was big back in the day when we were growing up. So
you'll still hear it for every 4th of July.
Oh, yeah. So I had to throw that one in there.
Yep.
And now keep in mind, these are not specific 4th of July songs. They're just America.
Yeah, right.
Right. All right. So Justin Moore, Small Town USA.
Okay.
He says in there, Sunday morning that's full of grace, a simple life, and I'll be okay here in Small Town USA.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
I can get behind that.
I can get behind that. American Kids by Kenny Chesney.
I can't think of that one.
Oh, yeah. MTV on the RCA, no AC in the vents.
Huh.
I can relate to that, right? Like back in the day when a TV was a piece of furniture.
That's true.
Right?
Yeah.
Like some of the younger folks listening to this, TVs did not hang on the wall.
Isn't that interesting? Kids. Now you have a TV stand, and it used to be the TV was the stand.
Absolutely.
You put stuff on the TV.
Sure.
And now you got to put the TV on stuff.
Absolutely. Like I remember having a console TV.
Oh, yeah.
It took several people to help you move that.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it was a piece of furniture.
And it was so big you had to put you had entertainment centers.
Oh, yeah.
You put furniture around it.
Absolutely.
To fill out the wall.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, he says no AC in the vents. Hey, I grew up in a couple vehicles that it wasn't that the air conditioner didn't work. It's that they were manufactured with no air conditioner.
Yeah.
So I'm going to include it for that reason.
Do you know what the move is, though? Windows down and AC going on a hot day.
Well,
that hits.
We used to do that when we cruised around town, like the evenings in high school.
Yep.
Run the AC, but have the windows down.
Yeah.
Yeah. He also says, there's that line in the song, sister's got a boyfriend daddy doesn't like. Now he's sitting out back 30-30 in his lap in the blue bug zapper light.
Oh, wow.
I mean, I can't attest to sister's boyfriend, but as a 30-30 owner, I can get down with that. And do you remember the bug zappers?
Oh, yeah.
I don't even think that's maybe a thing. Maybe it still is.
It should be.
I don't know.
That's pretty American.
Oh, and hearing that bzz,
yeah.
Bzz, and then you'd get like a June bug in there. And,
it
was like you
really
were frying bacon.
Get mad.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's good stuff. American Made by the Oak Ridge Boys.
Yeah, I got that one too. Yeah.
Now, he's talking about his baby. She's American made. Mine is.
It talks about kind of how everything in America is not American made.
Right.
Which is kind of sad.
Yeah, it kind of is.
But it is a good poll.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
You always got to sing the low part, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
See if you can't get clear down.
Yeah.
Keeping with that theme, American Boy by Eddie Rabbitt.
Oh, yeah.
You know, Friday night football, stand up and cheer.
Yeah.
Come on now.
Yeah,
You know,
forgot about that one.
fixing up my car and working for a living, you know,
Oh, yeah.
clearly drove a Ford. So,
Oh, hey.
yeah.
Might as well make Ford in America synonymous.
First on race day, right?
Yeah.
But there was I cannot find it on Spotify, but there is a version of that, and maybe it was our local radio station. I don't know, but there's a version of that song. There's just a instrumental interlude part somewhere, and they've got he's got part of Martin Luther King's speech in it.
Oh, wow. I haven't heard any of this.
We hold these truths to be self-evident part. There's some other stuff in there, I think. That is a good version.
Huh.
But anyway, so those are the honorable mentions. But
all right, let's get into
all right,
top
here's
5.
the real ones. Where the Stars and Stripes and Eagle Fly by Aaron Tippin.
Yeah, I like that.
I was born by God's dear grace in an extraordinary place where the Stars and Stripes and Eagle Fly.
You know, my favorite part of the song is, and if that bothers you, that's too bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. And you know what? If that song doesn't get you going,
Oh, man.
then, you know, I'm sure Canada'd love to have you.
Yeah.
So, love that. Made in America by Toby Keith.
Yeah, that one.
Right?
Yep.
You got to go with
Yeah.
that. Spend a little more in the store for a tag in the back that says USA.
Yep.
Also, not much he can't fix with WD-40 and a Craftsman
I
wrench.
love that line.
So,
Yeah.
Craftsman wrench, not crescent wrench.
Right.
I always saying crescent wrench, but it's actually Craftsman wrench.
Yeah.
Well, we grew up on a dairy farm. We used a lot of crescent wrenches. So
Adjustable hammers.
adjustable hammers. Yeah. It was bad, though, when you had like a metric nut and a standard crescent wrench, and then you'd round the corners off. And I don't know. That was
I don't think you know how that works.
It's America by Rodney Atkins.
Yeah.
Flip the TV.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, I did not quite get emotional about this, but almost while I was doing this. The line in the song, I flipped the TV on. I saw some little town that some big twister tore apart. People came from miles around just to help their neighbors out. And I'm so glad that I live in America.
Yeah.
Just after everything we went through this
Right.
spring, that one hit pretty deep.
Yeah.
And I like Rodney Atkins, so that was good. Number 2,
Oh,
4th
boy.
of July by Shooter Jennings. Now,
I don't know if I know this.
you're going to have to go look it up, but
Okay.
I love that song. Also, the name of the song is 4th of July.
Yeah,
so
makes sense.
you were pretty as can be sitting in the, not you, but the,
I'm flattered.
yeah, his significant other that he's singing about here. But you were pretty as can be sitting in the front seat looking at me, telling me you love me, and you're happy to be with me on the 4th of July.
Oh, I know that. Yeah.
But-
That's a good song.
But I also love Shooter Jennings.
Yeah.
So
I
thought
know.
that was
No, I know what you're talking about now. Yep.
All right. What is your number 1 song?
Oh, because you took some of mine that I thought American Made might be my top one. I'm sure I'm forgetting. I didn't spend the time you did, but I thought American Made would probably been my number 1.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I mean, Made in America. Sorry, not the Oak Ridge Boys.
Oh,
the
yeah,
Keith
yeah.
one. Made in America.
Made in America.
Yep.
Here is my number 1, partially because I really like the song, partially because Brooks and Dunn are maybe the best country artists outside
Okay.
of Chris
What am I
Ledoux.
forgetting?
Only in America.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah, you're right. That should be up there.
you could make the argument that radio sort of overdid that maybe when it first came out.
Yeah.
So I will give you that. If that did not make your list because they played it too much, okay, fine. But Where We Dream as Big as We Want to,
Yeah.
Dreaming in Red, White, and Blue. Are you kidding me?
Oh,
and then
man.
Kix Brooks and Ronnie Dunn letting that rip easily,
Golly. That's a
easily
good list.
number 1 song.
Yeah, I do like that.
Yeah, boy.
I hear a lot of people rave about God Bless the USA by, and it's escaping my mind.
Lee Greenwood.
Yeah. It's fine.
Yeah.
I don't get overly excited about it.
I'm going to be honest with you. A lot of patriotism there.
Yeah.
Good song, good message. I like it, right?
Yep.
I'm not cruising downtown with that cranked up to 11.
Yeah.
You
right.
know, Brooks and Dunn come on, we're letting it rip.
Yeah. Yeah.
Lee Greenwood comes on.
Yeah. It's fine.
Also, I'm going to argue, I don't know that that's a country song.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't.
And it's not his song. Like, he didn't write that, right?
That I don't
Like,
know.
I thought that was a folk song that he just did.
It sure could be. I honestly don't know the answer to that.
Yeah, I'm not sure either.
But I thought about that. I was maybe going to put it in the honorable mention just because, like,
Yeah.
I figured we'd catch, somebody's going to flame me for
Right.
not putting
Like
that.
I said, some people just absolutely love it.
But I'm going to argue that's not a country song.
Right.
And I'm certainly going to stand my ground on that's not a crank it up and let her rip
Exactly.
song. Like
Yeah.
Aaron Tippin, you're cranking that up.
Yeah, that's right.
You know?
I got one deep pull. I don't think very many people probably heard of. It's American Gothic by Stephen Wilson Jr.
Ooh.
And it basically just talks about growing up in the small town, kind of those simple things
And
that
being
no
Gothic.
one else would kind of get unless you grew up in rural Midwest.
Right?
And so I don't know. I really like that song.
Say the name again.
American Gothic, Stephen Wilson Jr.
All right.
So
You have to go look that up on your own time
I
and give
reckon.
that a listen.
Yeah.
But, you know, like an honorable mention, I almost went with All Summer Long by Kid Rock.
Oh gosh. Oh gosh.
Because I'm like, you know,
Oh, no.
I mean, maybe, right?
Ah.
But all right,
Boy.
that one probably doesn't count.
All right. Well, that was a good list.
I thought so.
We
Yeah.
need to do more of these. That
All
was
right.
a lot of
Well,
fun.
that's-
I
Yeah.
do like music and thinking about songs.
No, I do too. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that was good.
No, I can't. I don't have many critiques on that.
Now
to be honest.
put that in your playlist.
I tell you, yeah, that's a good 4th of July. If you just
Oh.
love those 10 songs.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that'd be. Oh yeah, you're not going to go wrong with that. That'd be an hour of just solid listening.
You betcha.
Maybe put that as the soundtrack to your fireworks display.
Oh man. Yeah. So hey, if we forgot something, leave us a comment. Send us.
Sure.
I mean, we might be wrong. We doubt it,
But I am almost sure we are not.
that's right. Well, hey, we're about ready to hit the road, aren't we? So maybe we should do road less gravel, which is
We could do
kind of
that.
when we do our passing thoughts as we're driving. So as
Mhm.
we kind of
Mhm.
wrap this up and get ready to hit the road, let's do some random thoughts you've had kind of driving along by yourself that you now want to share with the public.
You know, unsupervised, I come up with some pretty wild thoughts.
That's right.
And then you say, like what? And I'm like, I'm sure there's.
I've started keeping in my phone so I don't forget.
So I almost put a couple in and then I didn't. And now I wished I had because some of them gotten away. But one I did think of, we talk about how just generational shift and things that used to be prevalent in society that aren't anymore. Back in the day, we had network TV. That was your only choice.
Right.
Maybe some of the town kids had cable or,
6 channels.
you know, maybe somebody out in the country had Dish, but even they only had like 100 channels back
Right.
then. They didn't have, 1,000 or whatever you can get now. But network TV was a big deal. And so there was 3 or 4 major channels, maybe a couple of the CW and some other stuff thrown in. There was a couple major shows that everybody watched, but those were only on from when school went back in the fall,
Yeah,
probably through the spring.
true.
When summer started, it was
All TV shows were stopped releasing new episodes.
right. And then it was reruns.
Mm-hmm.
Do reruns even exist anymore outside of TV channels that just show reruns?
Right. I don't think they do.
I mean, there is always new content.
I don't know
coming
you
out.
ever turn on an ABC, NBC, CBS and have reruns.
Right? I don't know. Some of that I think maybe died with all the reality show stuff.
Yeah.
Which I have been tired of that for 20 years because
There's nothing realistic about it.
no, and I like good old fashioned sitcom stuff. But if you think back to TGIF,
Yeah.
I mean, fantastic, right?
Yeah.
Like Full House, Family Matters, Perfect
Grew up on
Strangers,
those.
Step by Step.
Every Raymond.
No, not everybody.
Oh, really?
No.
Hmm.
I got no use for that show.
Really?
No, it irritates me.
No kidding.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Huh. All right.
Yeah. And I don't think it was on TGIF. but yes, that
Yeah.
show. If you want to go, what else? MASH.
Yeah.
And
right.
Cheers. And I don't
Great
know.
shows.
Right. But any of those that was kind of a sitcom style, at some point, then they were putting reruns on all summer. And I don't think that happens.
And what was great about those that doesn't exist anymore is any show that comes out with seasons, you have to watch them chronologically or you're going to miss details.
Yeah.
A lot of those shows that did reruns, you could hop in on any episode and you would
Sure.
not be, you might miss an inside joke here and there, but for the most part, they stand alone.
You know what? You fire up Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Yeah.
And by the end of the show, you understand who the characters are and what's happening.
If it's season 4, episode 13, you're not lost half the episode. It's
right.
just as good as any episode you start on.
And back in the day, the season that was how many years?
Yeah, right.
Like now, sometimes there's like 2 seasons a year
True.
or whatever. And so like 24 seasons of this, but like it might only be like it wasn't on for 24 years.
And I think that kind of died when you did get so many channels. You get the TV Lands and USAs and stuff that just kind of reran episodes. And you got the Hulus and stuff where you just got a library of those you can go watch anytime.
So really, I mean, you can go watch reruns anytime you want.
Yep.
But as far as the network airing them?
Yep.
Yeah.
So my thought, and this was kind of back when we're doing a Bible, Molly and I are doing a Bible in a year plan. So we were in Exodus. And they talk about, when after they left Egypt and they're wandering around the wilderness and they send spies in the land of Canaan, they come back and most of them say it's too big and scary. We can't do it. And their punishment was that whole generation had to pass before they could enter the promised land.
Yeah.
So my thought driving around after thinking that one time is, what do you think it's like to be the last one of that generation walking around? Everybody
die
knows
already.
Once you die, they can enter the promised land, stop wandering around the desert. You can imagine him sleeping in till like 10 one day, and they're like, oh, it finally happened.
Hey.
And he comes out of his tent, and they're like, oh.
Come on. Yeah.
Imagine what life would have been like for that guy.
It'd be tough.
Yeah.
It would be.
Just imagine
Or they're just
the looks he would get.
They're following you, like you sneeze. You feeling all right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just have some hay fever. I'm allergic to this dry air, Okay, all right.
Oh, man. That had to be quite, I don't know. I just thinking what that would have been like. I don't know if that's exactly how it would happen. But if everybody knew who the last one was that needed to drop before they could go into the promised land.
Right. Like, if this guy doesn't kick off soon, I'm going to die before I make it in there.
It's manna again. Thanks, Steve.
Yeah, right. Getting so tired of this quail or whatever, Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah. So I imagine life was pretty tough for that last guy.
Yeah. I believe it was. You got another one?
Oh, no, I need to save him. I only got one other in the tank, so.
I got one other that I was thinking about, and this has nothing to do with anything, which is the point of this. It must be just our need to classify and quantify things, or maybe it was big government or big industry. I mean, I don't know, but who decided what we classify as foods that you eat at certain times of day versus other times, right?
Okay.
Like what makes breakfast food, and then, you eat that for lunch, and like, nah, it's more of a supper thing. Like, is it a time? Like bacon and eggs, right? Like, why is that a breakfast thing? Which I know you can have breakfast for supper, but even that, we call it like breakfast for lunch, breakfast for supper. Like, so who decided that?
That was specifically, I can't remember if it was the bacon or the egg people. It was a struggling market. And so it was a full-on advertising campaign to say the best way to start your day is with, I think it was bacon.
Really?
So,
I don't disagree with that.
It was kind of back of a time before, advertisements got so overwhelming.
Right.
So you could run ad campaigns almost in a way that made it believable.
Yeah.
So I think that was kind of how that started, is they just did a full-on press advertising 50s sometime that, hey, the best way to start your day, and probably got a couple phony quotes from doctors that said,
right,
yeah, this is the way to do it. And
yeah.
Boom, there you go.
Yeah. I'd believe it. I think, was it the big food companies like that were doing breakfast foods, like cereals?
Yeah.
That specifically started the most important meal of the day part?
I think so.
Which in reality is not actually true. But like, we were grown up, like that was what you were taught to believe. In reality, like,
yeah.
Now they talk about intermittent fasting and all that stuff. Like, here's the thing on breakfast for me, I have never been a huge breakfast eater if it's early, right? So if I get up out of bed, I eat a big breakfast, like I feel pukey till lunchtime.
Yeah.
Like that does not sit well with me. If I get up, go work for a couple hours, then I can eat some breakfast and I don't feel too bad, or actually kind of feel like I want some breakfast.
Right.
So I don't know why that is, but anyway, but I was saying that, and you probably, as soon as we started talking to that, you thought of something in your mind that is more, you kind of eat that for lunch. We don't, we usually eat that at supper time, why is that? Is it what you grew up when you grew up eating it?
Or even certain holidays. Like,
oh, yeah.
why are we limited on green bean casserole to just Thanksgiving and Christmas?
Yeah, you should actually never have it.
Should have it all the time.
No.
Should be in every potluck.
Oh, my goodness. What would save people a lot of time?
Pumpkin pie. I mean, why is that just the Thanksgiving?
Yeah.
That almost seems like that's a marketing thing gone wrong. Like, we're really going to hit Thanksgiving to get this pumpkin pie.
Right.
And they're like, oh, shoot, we shot ourselves in the foot. Then it's only sold once a year.
Yeah, but, I know people that'll eat pumpkin pie all year. Like
there's no law you can't, but most people don't think about it.
No, I agree with that.
And turkey, same way.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean.
No, I don't know any other time of year people go out and buy a whole turkey and cook it up.
That's fair.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm going to say this, and then you tell me just instantly what meal comes to mind.
I like this.
All right. Fried chicken.
Dinner, which I'm calling noon.
Okay.
Dinner for me is noon.
All right. Which we should clear this up. So we're in Nebraska. That's the real Midwest.
Yep.
And not what the weatherman calls the Midwest. Out here, at least in rural, that was a lot harder than it should have been. Non-urban. Out here in farm country, typically, there's probably exceptions. It's breakfast, either lunch or dinner.
Yeah.
But supper is the end.
Yeah.
Now, I'm sure Lincoln, Omaha, Kearney, Grand Island, dinner is probably at 5 or 6 o'clock.
Same people that call pickups trucks.
Yeah. Right? Looking at you, Eastern Nebraska.
Yeah.
Anyway. Okay, so fried chicken is noon meal, right?
Yep.
Yeah. You know what? I bet Scott Foster calls supper dinner.
Oh, man. Does he really?
I bet he does.
Seems we let him in here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Hope he's enjoying his dinner.
Yeah.
It's not the last dinner. It's the last supper.
Yeah. It's biblical.
It's biblical. Heathen.
Right. I am... filthy Gentiles. But I think of that too, because in the summertime, that is when, during the summer, actually, we ate our big meal at noon.
Yeah.
Because that is when my mom had time to fix it. That is when we would all be together to eat, because supper time, depending on...
You never knew when supper was going to be.
No. Yeah. Depending on who was in the field or what we were doing, you never knew. And so mom would make fried chicken a lot of times, like on Saturday in the summer. So I think of that same thing. All right. Pot roast.
Supper.
Right? Because that's almost, to me, that's a winter thing. Put it in the crock pot.
I've had it for dinner before, but...
Oh, absolutely.
That's the first thing that pops in my mind.
Right?
Yeah.
Lasagna.
Supper.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I'm not sure how I feel about that.
What about pizza?
Probably more supper, but I'm probably both on that.
Yeah, that's pretty even split.
But like for me, cheeseburger,
dinner.
That's lunch,
yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, not that I'm against eating a burger at supper time.
Do it all the time.
But if you say, hey, you want to grab a burger? Like, I would assume that's lunchtime.
True.
Probably.
Yep.
How about, so like, to me, almost any casserole thing, though, feels lunchtimey to me.
There's some I would put in supper.
Yeah. But my initial reaction.
Yep.
So, pot of soup.
Oh. Supper.
Right?
Yeah.
That's my thought, too.
Yeah.
Crock pot thing.
Supper.
Well, no, I mean like soup. Like you could put chili in a crock pot.
Yeah.
And then, spaghetti.
Oh, dinner.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is interesting.
Right? And I'm sure there's people that are like, no, like you never eat spaghetti for lunch.
Yeah.
But we do.
Yeah. No, you're right. There's definitely gets sorted into two pens.
Right?
Yeah.
It's crazy how that, like hot dogs are on the run.
Yeah, you're right.
You know, I mean, there's certain things that if you need to be mobile, and not talking fast food, but like if you're at your house and you're going to grab something quick because you're headed to the field or you're headed somewhere and you need to grab something, like that's a hot dog.
And that's kind of the delineating factor, right? It's kind of the hand foods or your dinner foods and your, plate and fork and
knife and fork.
Yeah, that's your supper. So
steak is good anytime.
That's a fair point.
Including steak and eggs?
I mean, even steak sandwich,
absolutely.
You can make a steak mobile pretty quick.
Oh, sure. Yeah, absolutely. Anyway, that was just my thought on that.
No, that's a good thought. Any other passing thoughts?
There probably, but I can't think of any at the moment.
Yeah, we'll snag them sometimes. So,
Well, or they may be gone forever.
that's right.
They're like smoke rings. Once they're gone, they're just gone.
So, hey, we thank you for joining us, and we hope you all have a great 4th of July. I guess your celebrations be safe and have some time with family and kind of reflect on 250 years. Seems like a long time and not a long time all at the same time. So, yeah, just take a time to appreciate America and spend with your family.
Come back here.
Country on earth.
Not even close.
Oh, yeah.
Second place.
And just be a proud American, the kind that every other country stereotypes and hates. That's who you should be this 4th of July.
Absolutely.
Loud and proud and obnoxious.
Yes.
Yes.
Which, some of us are that way daily.
Well, I know.
But, and also come back here next time with all the fingers that you currently have.
That's right.
If it's 10, good for you. But, if you only got 9 now, we won't hold it against you.
That's why you got 10. You can afford to lose a couple.
Or 11. You never know, right? Good for you. Got an extra.
Oh, man. So, we appreciate you guys swinging by. And, may your fireworks be bright.
Yeah.
Your day not be so hot. And your time be full of food.
Oh.
May your plates be full.
Yeah, there we go. I like that.
There we go. So, appreciate you listening. We'll talk to you later.
See you next time. Bye.
Early mornings and them late night drives, living off the land, how we feel alive. Stories of the crops and the toil we face. Farmer's Tan Podcast brings us